Okay, we're going to show you how to load up the multi-store stylist analysis. So we're going to go to Enterprise Live, log in, go down to the stylist analysis multi-store. Hopefully you've got a group set up for all the stores that you have, so it'll run everything. You select your week and do 1 week at a time. Export it to Excel data only, and then save it someplace so you'll remember it. You got to be able to find it on your computer. And once that exports the file, we'll open up the Excel spreadsheet that we're going to use to import it. And we'll go to Browse, we'll find those two files, or for this is a 2-week period of time, we'll click on the one we want to import. Sometimes you have to know the extension and switch it so it'll find it wherever you saved it, so make sure that you're looking for XLS files, or it might not show up in your window. And then we'll browse, then we'll load the data. Once we load the data, it'll say OK or done. And you can select your payroll. Right now it's backwards, so put the latest week first and the other week below it, so the oldest week goes second. And then you can click on the update button, and it pulls those 2 weeks into the payroll spreadsheet. Now if you have your anything in dark blue, you got to type in manually. We're working on fixing that so we can have everything calculated automatically except the tips, and we'll have to kind of figure out how to do that. But you can do payroll for every store by selecting the top drop down, and it'll just pick out, we've got 57 stores in here, so we can just pick whatever store we wanted to, run the payroll for that store, and then save that spreadsheet or email it over to Pinnacle. So it's real quick, very quick and easy to do a payroll for a store. And I don't have employees for all the other stores loaded in here, so there is some data that needs to be entered. We're working on a lookup table for employees, so you can have management pay, maybe their stylist level calculated also. Also, we're going to create some automatic reports so you can rank your stores, compare year-to-year sales without having to run pivot tables, and maybe come up with some standard formats that you can use to measure all your stores or all your team members. And this should be something that easily and quickly imports into the spreadsheet. Once you've got it set up, you never have to worry about it. Click of the button should give you all your reports. So we'll work on those as we get feedback from what everybody wants. It does have a sheet under the Archive tab, you'll notice at the bottom, and that's where all the data sits. So if you do know how to do pivot tables and you're comfortable with that, you can use it for getting any kind of information out that you want. Again, there'll be some lookup tables with your stores and your team members, so you can select whether they're managers, stylists, coordinators. That will help the payroll program figure out what pay plan that they're on. So the archive sheet allows you to have all the data from all your stores, and everything that's on the stylist analysis feeds into the archive sheet. So you can easily select this data, put a pivot table in there, or just sort this for monthly reports. Some of the information that you won't get off the weekly sales report that we're getting now from Kathy, new client counts, back bar percentages, all the detail from every stylist in every store. So running pivot tables allows you to select whatever information you want to generate on a custom report and get that information out to your team leaders or your team members. So this just shows some examples of pivot table operations where you can kind of format it and play around with it. We do want to automate this so you don't have to do the pivot tables and you get the standard reports that you want every week.